What is going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another video. Man, at the time we're recording this, it's 3:15 in the morning. I was just up playing some League of Legends, watching some One Piece, and I just saw that Dragon Ball Super card game dropped some information on set 12. You guys are going to see this, I think, at 10 a.m. on Friday morning. So today, guys, in this video, man, I'm so amped, so hyped. I was reading through some of the cards. They dropped this set of designer notes to basically, let us know where their head's at in terms of designing set 12 here. And it looks like it's pretty much all done. And of course, they put a note out that card effects can change leading up to the release of set 12. So that's always good to know. But anyways, I'm super hyped, man. Dude, I'm literally in my pajamas right now. And if you guys can see, I'm literally wearing my SpongeBob Christmas pajamas. I was ready to go to sleep. Luckily, I didn't at that time. I was, again, just watching some One Piece, catching up. Oh, man, so cool. All right, we're going to get started with this, guys. If you're new here, definitely subscribe. Hit that bell so you never miss a video. Let's just get right into these designer notes. Again, see where their head's at. So, announcement. Unison Warrior Series 3, Vicious Rejuvenation Volume 1. So you might hear this a lot referred to as Set 3 because I watched the Bandai trailer for the set. If you guys haven't seen that, go on their Facebook page. It's there. You can watch the entire trailer. It's actually super well made. It's really, really cool. But they call it Set 3 a lot. And I think it's just a little bit confusing with, the fact that we kind of, refer to these as Set 10, 11, and this one coming up being Set 12. Because even though they're like Unison Warrior 1, 2, 3, still in like the chronological order, their sets, 10, 11, 12. But anyways, I digress. So, greetings, Dragon Ball Super card game players. We have a lot to show you in this installment. Let's begin with the latest addition to the Unison Warrior series, set for release in January 2021. We developed this set to be tons of fun for both returning players and those who are just starting out, so it's a great opportunity for your friends to give the game a try. This designer note will go over the general outline of the set, and we'll follow up with more specific deck information. This release is centered on the storyline of Makikabura's impending resurrection, so it's got plenty of formidable foes who have returned to their prime, resurrected, or changed forms and powered up. The title was inspired by Makikabura himself, Vicious Rejuvenation. With this release, Shadow Dragons, who have been gathering since Set 1 Rise of the Unison Warrior, have now assembled. That's them referencing, Set 10 as Set 1 of the Unison Warrior block. The long-awaited Omega Shenron makes his first appearance here, heralding the completion of the Shadow Dragon deck. This is actually pretty cool because I thought Omega Shenron was actually going to get his own deck. I thought they would possibly treat him as his own character, but it seems like they might release him as a boss monster for Sin Shenron, the set 10 deck itself, which is kind of crazy here. So let's keep going. This set introduces the keyword skill Rejuvenate, which is highly unique even when compared with existing keyword skills. This powerful skill gives Unison cards a life recovery effect, a first for the Dragon Ball Super card game. Leaders seeking a new way to get stronger now have incredible assistance from the Unison Warriors. If you'd like to learn more about the keyword skill, just check out the previously posted video. We'd also like to let our players know the same foiling from Rise of the Unison Warrior and Vermilion Bloodline will return for Vicious Rejuvenation. That's cool to know. But anyways, yeah, Rejuvenation, man, such a crazy unique keyword skill. I mean, for the longest time, people have been talking about getting a type of skill, probably tied to Namekians, that would allow us to regenerate life. And a lot of people talked about, well, it seems like a skill that is going to very easily be too broken, because basically giving yourself more life is the equivalent of giving you more card draw, if you think about it, as long as you're not getting crit to death, right? But I've seen one Rejuvenation card so far. Maybe we'll read a few as we go through these designer notes. I've seen one so far that to me seems very, 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 very balanced, well balanced, possibly actually not very good because of how balanced it is. But if we see that in this video, we'll go over it. I haven't read these yet, by the way, so I'm reading them for the first time with you, these designer notes. The cards we Rejuvenate are Red King Piccolo, Blue Janemba, Green Slug and Turles, Yellow Frieza and Shadow Dragons. Crazy hype, by the way. We're getting a Mecha Frieza reboot. It's insane. You'll see that kind of stuff if you watch the trailer video here. Black, Shroom and Salsa, Gogeta Xeno, and Gohanks Xeno. So every single color is getting Rejuvenate, which is actually crazy. And typically, keyword skills like this don't actually go to every single color, like Successor, Green, Yellow. Off the top of my head, it's kind of late, so that's going to be the whole example I'll get off the top of my head right now. But you know what I mean? Generally, these keyword skills are tied to certain colors, and they don't go to every color. But I guess maybe they wanted to tone down the new keyword skills, and instead of making a new one for each color pool, they just said, okay, we'll just give one to the entire game, which is, in my opinion, pretty cool. People oftentimes complain there's too many new keyword skills, too many new effects and things to keep track of. Having one less thing like that is really good here. Another example, Yellow in set 11, Servant, right? That's only tied to Yellow. So there's another example for you. Quite the lineup of power players. There are an especially large number of anticipated cards in this set. with characters getting their first shot at being leader cards, including Launch in red, Pycon in blue, Turles in green, and Whis in yellow. Man, super big Pycon hype, by the way. I've been asking for a leader for this forever. There's sure to be a character in there you're looking forward to. Also, I've saw before, Vados leader in yellow. Very, very excited about that. Not that it's going to resemble set 1 Vados leader, but I was very, very big fan of set 1 Vados leader. That brings us to the box topper, the Revival Pack. In keeping with the theme of this set, we've rebooted and reprinted some past cards. Some of the lineup has been introduced as a video in the video already, but there are also the results of the reprint survey you voted for and lots more popular picks. The first extra card reboot is also the first horizontally oriented card, so there's tons of fun in store. Very, very cool there. That's actually a Broly's ring for set 1 Broly, so that's really sick. It's a sideways card. The art on it is amazing. The text is super clean because it's like kind of elongated. Looks very, very nice. Again, that's in the trailer video. Booster packs, premium packs, and an ultimate deck will all be released simultaneously. Alrighty. The Ultimate deck is a new deck designed to let beginning players become a force to be reckoned with right from the get-go. It's a 51 card deck with every card featuring a silver foil treatment. So every card in the deck being foil, that's kind of crazy, honestly, if I'm reading that correctly. It also comes with a booster pack, making it a must-buy for players who want to power up fast. The details of the cards will be explained in the next designer note. So I guess they're not going to go too much into like the Toa structure deck here, but here's the confirmation. I mean, we pretty much always know from the outline we see of like the character, even though they black it out, we see the outline of the character on the box. We knew it was pretty much going to be Toa, right? But this is pretty much confirming that. Every single card being foil, though, man, that's honestly pretty crazy. I think when they do that kind of stuff, it actually costs them more to produce it. So the fact that they're putting that into the structure deck, again, if I'm absorbing that information correctly, it's kind of crazy. All right, so some color breakdown here. We won't read the cards per se. Again, I'll post a link for this in the description if you guys want to go through and read all these cards. They also posted some of their cards on their actual card database. So far, they have the black and the red cards posted there. But we won't go through and read all this because we'll do a separate video where we go through all the different colors and archetypes like we normally do here on the channel. So King Piccolo returns to his youth, and Launch gets her long-awaited leader card. I can't believe they're printing a Launch card, man. She's such like an obscure character. I guess not the most obscure, but pretty obscure. So she's the first leader not to possess something like Awaken or Wish, which is actually crazy. Instead, making multiple transformations by flipping. So yeah, this leader can actually flip back and forth. Who could forget her identity-changing sneezes? Use combos to get Launch sneezing and recreate the events of the show. Again, super cool, super thematic. These design guys, they're so good at making things thematic like that. One unique point of Launch decks is that battle cards can be played from your life. If the life turned face up by the Bulma Unison here, or one of the Bulma battle cards, is a Goku, or this Goku in particular, you can pay the skill cost to play it. Okay, so it's not free. That's very good, because if it was free, though that always leads to some pretty broken stuff. But I guess it's also treating your hand as like an extension of your life while also giving you some self-awaken. That's actually a really, really unique thing. I don't think I would have ever thought about that in a million years if I was making this game. That's so cool. Bulma is an awesome Unison card to back up Launch. You can add the battle card you want to play by moving it to your hand from your life. Use it to play powerful battle cards like Son Goku, Eye for an Eye. Launch Brown County's Most Wanted, which I guess is this card right here, is a unique card where playing it is the key for her transformation. Other leaders can only be played once. That's a little weird sentence. But her card allows you to do it as many times as you like. Pour on the combos for a very transformative sneezing fit. Achoo. Very, very funny there. Next up, we have King Piccolo taking the throne as leader for the first time. Yeah, first King Piccolo leader. Very, very cool there. He starts the game low on life. Interesting. Oh, you start the game with 6 life. Wow, I actually hadn't read that yet. But when he awakens, he regains his youth, replenishes his life, play the Demon Clan, using life to realize King Piccolo's dream of global conquest. This was it. The moment Goku unbridled rage came screaming to the surface. The King Piccolo saga was the first story of Goku's revenge, kicked off with the encounter with Tambourine. Tambourine was the most prominent minion of the Demon Clan, so he's been made into an important card that's just right as a main attacker to plunge into the world of chaos. Yeah, the guy that kicked off Krillin's head, man. That's crazy. In the King Piccolo deck, your life count may determine which cards you can use in combos, making it especially important to this deck. As such, if you can activate the Rejuvenate of the Unison, it looks like, you'll gain a major advantage. If you choose Tambourine Reign of Terror with its -2, you can KO your opponent's powerful battle cards. By comboing with the leader and attack of the Demon Clan, Symbol Reign of Terror can be put in play easily and provides awesome support for the Rejuvenate of Piccolo Jr., Descendant of the King. wait for your chance, and then go on the attack. So yeah, we got a lot of Piccolo Jr. and King Piccolo stuff in Draft Box 6, right? And I was kind of predicting this, but like not, I guess not correctly, because I thought that with the Rudegard stuff, that was kind of hinting we would get some Rudegard stuff in set 12, but I kind of, I guess, was looking at that in the wrong color pool. The King Piccolo stuff is showing what we're getting in set 12. King Piccolo Evil Dictator looks to be a strong finisher, but the conditions to play it seem to pose a challenge. But with this deck theme, it's not as hard as it looks to get Demon Clan cards to 40,000 plus power. Oh my, I don't even know how you play this card yet. I haven't read it yet, but getting a guy to 40,000 power is kind of nuts. King Piccolo Time to Fight boosts the power of your Demon Clans by 20,000. Wow. Choose Tambourine Rate of Terror with the auto skill activated, and it only takes one card to hit 40,000 power. Evolving into King Piccolo the New Ruler can be done for a total cost of 1, and you avoid the detriment of the card being sent to warp at the end of the turn. Only you can decide the outcome of the battle between King Goku and Piccolo. I said that backwards, sorry. Just remember the fate of the world hangs in the balance. All right, moving on to Blue, Janemba, and Pikkon. Again, big Pikkon hype. The biggest reveal this time has to be the first appearance of Pikkon. His unison brings him together with Frieza and Cell for an afterlife team-up. Our first blue card is the long-awaited Pikkon. It starts off supporting Goku and Vegeta and helps get Gogeta into play in the mid-game. He even makes use of certain legendary cards from the past. We'll have to see what that does when we read him over. This theme starts by placing Goku and Vegeta on top of the deck, centering on using a cost 1 Pikkon skill such as the one on Pikkon Flawless Technique. Pikkon Flawless Technique uses the leader's auto to return to your hand. We have an extra card here, and this is super cool, by the way. These two characters on in a unison paired up with Pikkon, that's a sick team up. The fact that this deck features numerous cost 1 cards makes this unison all the more powerful. Frieza and Cell, two legendary foes of Goku's and friends, both in this world and the next, now appear together as a unison card. Frieza and Cell don't just put a battle card into play for cost 1, it also has Rejuvenate. By pairing it with West Galaxy Revival, it can rejuvenate while rearranging the top of your deck, a combination you want to go for whenever possible. Actually, yeah, selecting what cards go into your life directly via that extra card, and then, you know, the rejuvenation effect on top of that, that's really, really powerful. Really, really strong. The Miracle Warrior himself arrives in the mid-game. Pikkon stalling for time can easily be played with the leader's skill to help get Gogeta into play, but this time Gogeta is a cinch to play with his own skill as well. Gogeta the Demon Destroyer can be played when you have a cost 1 Goku and Vegeta in your deck. Interesting, okay. With all this in place, Gogeta can evolve even further. Yes, so they're finally giving us a Gogeta that the Gogeta SCR can be evolved on top of. Thank goodness Gogeta 7 is still banned, and we're finally getting a card that all you guys are waiting for, that your Gogeta SCR could be used for. And actually, I mean, who knows? I mean, it depends how strong the deck is. But man, if the deck's strong enough, maybe the Secret Rare can actually see competitive play. That'd be super cool. Both these cards can be played with the skill of Gogeta the Demon Destroyer. Don't miss a chance to evolve Gogeta into an ultimate card. Sick. The other blue leader is Janemba. Just like in the anime, he lets off unpredictable rapid attacks in this aggro deck. Oh, it's an aggro deck. Wow, which is so weird because Janemba is usually like controlled mid-range. The cards in the energy area will be important, so make sure to plan your strategy out from early in the game. Seems like the vanilla here is going to be somewhat important, the vanillas here in general. This deck's main strategy is using the leader's skill to play Janemba and aggressively attack, but its most important point is the attack power of its skillless battle cards. The 20k, when launched with skills such as Janemba Enchanted Transformation, bring out Janemba with 30k power that'll be hard to shrug off. Then we have Janemba Bewitching Blow, which is right here, enables more rapid fire attacks. You can exchange skillless battle cards to play it for free, then place more cards under Soul Cleansing Machine, creating a nightmarish rush for your opponent that they won't be able to fend off. Oh, we even have some stuff from like Janemba Xeno. Oh yeah, that is Janemba Xeno. Then Janemba Xeno empowered by the Dark Dragon Ball, which we're getting a new Dark Dragon Ball here, lets loose even more attacks, shaving down the opponent's life. If you use 5-star Ball Parasitic Darkness to choose Janemba Bewitching Blow, you can avoid the detriment of having to send it to the warp. With intense aggro and the power of the Dark Dragon Ball, Janemba is hungry for life. So Janemba aggro, which is again a different, you know, addition to the Janemba landscape. Normally we've seen middle control and we've seen mid-range with like crit Nemba. I'm assuming some of this stuff is going to be able to kind of click together and work together in some way, shape, or form. Green, Slug and Turles. Slug is a rejuvenation-centric theme intended for experienced players. Wow, that's a really interesting thing for them to put on there. Turles finally gets his first leader card, and trust us, it was worth the wait. Just like in the anime, he uses the Tree of Might to power up. The first green card we'll introduce is Lord Slug. This deck's a little unusual in that it competes by controlling the opponent's hand. You can enjoy the interaction with your opponent even more than before. Interesting. That's a very weird thing to put there. This deck's a little unusual that it competes by controlling the opponent's hand. Well, that's not necessarily unusual. You can enjoy the interaction with your opponent even more than before. I guess we'll have to see what these hand control cards do, but generally people complain about hand control being non-interactive, so I don't know if they necessarily got that one right, but we'll see. The point of this theme is to first increase the cards in your opponent's hand. Okay. Start by using leader skills like Lord Slug and Mighty Matcha to fill your opponent's hand. Once their hand is full, use Lord Slug, Conqueror, Restore to play the powerful members of Slug's army. Play for 1 energy, then use Rejuvenate to flip your leader and go on the attack. Okay, I am so interested to read these cards with you guys here on the channel. What's like fill your opponent's hand and then take the cards away? That seems so out there. Wow, okay. Very excited to read those. This set also features the debut of Lord Slug Xeno. You can experience the awesome power of the Dark Dragon Balls. Next up is Green Turles. If you can control your opponent's life with his attacks, you'll be one step closer to victory. We've recreated the plot line of the Tree of Might absorbing Earth's energy to bear its fruit, allowing your leader to awaken. Just like in the anime, the Tree of Might gives massive power to the Turles Crusher Core. Add Tree of Might to your opponent's hand by using the Tree of Might, but this effect is limited. You'll have to the skill on Cosmic Rogue Turles to return it to your deck, gaining latent card advantage in the process. Well, okay, these strategies just seem so far out there that they're either gonna be trash or like super good. That's so interesting. Like, you know, because you're relying on cards to, like, I guess, put the Tree of Might in your opponent's hand and then get it back from their hand into your deck. Man, this is gonna be something else. Turles Crusher Core. Cards enter when you combo. Turles Invader of Earth combos with 5 cards, meaning you can play 5 members of the Turles Crusher Core. You'll want to play it when you're ready to go on the offensive, so make sure to hang on to this card. In addition to the Janemba Xeno, Lord Slug Xeno, this set also has another character imbued with Dark Dragon Ball, Turles Xeno. All the Turles in this set have unique, so multiples can't be played. But if you use 4-star Dragon Ball Parasitic Darkness to play Turles Dark Parasite, you can play another. Rest assured, this is merely one of the ways Tree of Might's fruit can lead to your victory. Alrighty, we have Yellow Resurrection F Saga, Shadow Dragon Saga. Golden Frieza gets a proper resurrection and a proper powerful card to boot. And now that Shadow Dragons have fully assembled, you can create the Shadow Dragon deck of your opponent's worst nightmare. Man, Shenron is kind of already a nightmare, especially in the wrong matchup. So we'll see. Hopefully they don't necessarily overtune that. First up is a long-awaited Whis leader, combo with a skillless battle card with 15,000 power, and Whis' teachings lead it into play. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Combo play for free. We'll see if that works out just like that. Ensuring you always have a skillless battle card in your hand is essential to make this deck work. Whis' sister Vados also makes an appearance as a Unison card, and get this, she's the first Unison card capable of comboing during the defense step. Okay, very cool. With Whis as your leader, you can combo with skillless battle cards every turn while building an impenetrable board. I was just thinking the other day, like, would it actually have been so broken if they let us combo defensively on Unisons? Yeah, it totally could have been, and it actually was a very, very cool thing they didn't allow that, because it does add for some more, like, skill-intensive play where you can't just, like, combo Raiders into play for free if your opponent attacks your Unison, stuff like that. And I guess Vados is not getting leader. I thought she was from the way the stuff was worded, but I guess it's a Unison. Alright, let's go on. These 3 cards are keepers in any starting hand. Interesting for Bandai to tell us that. Whis Helping Hand is especially key, allowing you to draw every time you combo. The longer you keep them in play, the more secure your game plan. Goku and Vegeta have leveled up through Whis' training, entering play either through Evolve or by using Whis' face-down leader skill. Finding a Goku and Vegeta to evolve with should be a piece of cake, so get in there and get evolving. Yellow's other leader card is the Diabolical Frieza. Frieza only has 5,000 power, as well as a handicap preventing you from adding life to your hand. Once he gets in the cutting edge recovery device, however, Frieza's chance to shine arrives. Every time you flip a card in your life face up, you get to rest an opponent's card, including their energy, always very powerful. And once you have 3 or more face-up cards in your life, you can flip Frieza over. Managing your life is essential this time around. To drive that point home, take a look at these 3 cards. All of them can be played after you place a life card in your drop area. So using Ginyu New Transformation and Cutting Edge Recovery device to swap out your life and send the cards you want to play to your drop area. Ginyu New Transformation can swap out your life and use Rejuvenate, making him one of, if not the key player in this deck. Like King Piccolo, gaining a single life vastly expands your options, so prioritize life gain above all else. Once the endgame draws near, so too does the glorious Frieza Resurrection, and with it your victory. Frieza Divine Transformation is an attacker with a powerful defensive side, allowing you to play both sides of the field with ease. His ability to deflip your life cards is especially key and helps you give the deck a form of pseudo life gain. Interesting. When his resurrection is complete, Frieza Revenge begins. Also in yellow is Omega Shenron, who arrives at last. His absorption of the other Shadow Dragon. Just like in the show, Omega Shenron can copy the skills of the absorbed Shadow Dragons. Oh, that's so sick. And with 30,000 power, copying crit and double strike is enough to end games on its own. Moving on to black, allies and enemies alike make their first appearance in force, with Shroom and Salsa making the imminent invasion of Mecha Gibora's forces. First up, Gogeta Zeno. He's all about a classic black theme, manipulating cards in your warp. Yeah, this leader actually takes top 5 of your deck and puts them in your warp, which is obviously very, very new from what we've seen in the past with black. He also features a unique take on Union Fusion. He also draws on Union Fusion, which is pretty crazy. To wit, Gogeta Zeno can use Union Fusion with cards in your warp, just like Vegex, which is very great. Use your leader skill to send Goku and Vegeta Zeno to your warp and prepare for truly deadly Union Fusion play. Once Gogeta Zeno is in play, it's time to go on the attack by placing SS3 Gogeta Marvelous Might at the bottom of your deck to play Goku and Vegeta Zeno cards, powering up your leader skill and pressuring your opponent. Like with the Janemba theme, Pycon also provides stalwart support. Black Pycon Unison, excellent. Pycon Saver from another time, -3, can play Gogeta Zeno, as well as power up the Zeno, Goku, and Vegeta cards with Gogeta Marvelous Might. Harness dimensional power to create a miraculous fusion your opponent won't see coming. Next up is Shroom and Salsa, which I personally have never seen these characters. They look so cool. They look so sick. The Shroom and Salsa deck prays in your opponent's drop area to power up. You can also expect some new appearances from Masked Warriors. This should have an inherently good matchup against Sin Shenron, because the main reason why Dark Broly has a good time against Sin is because of that drop area manipulation. Black skillless battle cards have never had combo power before until now. Its power is low to compensate, but support from Toa Dimensional Convoker and other cards help fill in the gaps. Once you have black skillless battle cards in play, it's time to play Shroom, a new Demon God, or Salsa, a new Demon God. These cards lay waste to your opponent's drop area while supporting your skillless battle cards. When your opponent's warp is looking nice and full, that's your cue to play Dark Mask King, Devilish Dominator, who can tear through your opponent's life with terrifying speed and ferocity. As the Dark Empire's forces begin their invasion, the War of the Dark Dragon Balls will soon reach a boil. How'd you like the latest cards? Just one more thing to add. We're really pulling out all the stops for the pre-release. As mentioned in the video, we've included a lot of cards that will really take players back to their old favorites while welcoming returning players. We'll tell you more about it in the next designer notes. Our next installment is planned for December 11th, so that's about a week from today. Okay, we just read a ton of stuff here. A lot of things to process. Okay, so it seems like they're going back to box hoppers again in that trailer video. It looks like they're bringing back box hoppers where you either get a reprint, you get an SR, SPR, or some of the new reboot stuff. So that's gonna be really crazy there. All these strategies, man, I can't even wrap my head around it. One, because it's super late and I want to go to sleep, but two, they just seem so creative, so crazy, so out of this world, that I'm just super excited to see what they all do. Sometimes though, when you have a strategy that's way too convoluted, it can end up falling a little bit short. But I mean, we'll have to see what they did with it, right? Like I said, the one Rejuvenation card I read, it was very, very well balanced, possibly overbalanced, but I haven't read all the Rejuvenation cards, so I can't necessarily say how the rest of Rejuvenate is going to work. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I love where Bandai's head is at. They are always doing right by me for 99% of things. I'm super excited. I'm going to bed. I'll see you next time.